Well, hello, my fellow car milers. How are you doing today? This is me, Luka C. And if you love to listen for hours to a bunch of knuckleheads talk about model cars, then you just found your new favorite podcast.
Hey, this is Urban from The Art of Rake on YouTube. I'm the rookie of the group. Listen to the best topics on the hobby right here, right now.
Hi, I'm Fred Pappy Henry from West Georgia Rods and Customs on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We'll give you tips, techniques, advice on using your favorite color of Rust-Oleum.
Oh, come on.
Man, had to go there. What? Or even how some color paints on your next project.
Hey guys, it's Mark, Hobby Dude 007 on YouTube and Facebook. Find out all the great tips and tricks, good and bad, right here on the Model Car Enthusiast Podcast.
So you better be sure to follow us, the Box of Chocolates of Model Car Podcast, because you never know what you're going to get. That was terrible, wasn't it? Right here on YouTube and Spotify. Well, hello, my fellow car milers. How are you doing today? Now that we have revealed the USAC builds, we're going back in time here, and I'm going to show you, because, you know, it was asked, how did I get that look of the old slicks going through the pits and getting all dirty look? And I'm going to show you right here. A lot of people asked, you guys asked, I'm going to deliver. Okay, so it's really easy to do. It's a cool effect, and I'm going to use these colors, not in any particular order right yet. If we're going to go with the order, I guess we'll go with, there'll be, actually, Desert Yellow will go first. Buff, all Tamiya acrylics. I like using these, they're pretty forgiving. There's a flat white. These are all flats, by the way. And then there's a flat light gray. I think it's a flat. Yeah, it's an XF, so it's a flat. So we're going to do that. We're going to take a little piece of, you know, packing, fuzz, whatever the heck. You always like to give it a rip, and you don't want it to be a perfect cut. You want it to be kind of jagged like that. That's going to give us the speckling that we're looking for. And I usually like to use a set of forceps that I will, let's see, get comfortable here. Which side do we want to go with? Maybe that ripped side right there. I'm going to give this a little attaching right there. And I'm going to get this, but as you can see, we're going to go for that look of the slick, picking up all the dirt and stuff as the car after a run. You got a sticky slick, and it picks up all the crud and everything on the return road and rolling through the pits. Lots of times pits are grass and dirt and stuff, and it gets like that until they go clean them off. That's the whole point of going through the water box and doing your burnout and get all that crap off. I want the car looking like it's sitting in the pits. So we got our sponge right here, and we're going to start, what did we say? We're going to start with the Desert Yellow. There's really no particular reason. Let me just give it a little shake. There's really no particular way you've got to go with this. Just having the different colors just gives it that look right there. A little rag right here, paper towel. I'm going to just, we'll leave that right there because we're going to kind of tap on that. So I like to just, whatever's in the lid I'll use, and we'll just get this kind of loaded up like that, then tap it out, because we don't want a lot of paint on there, because we just want it to speckle up. And I'm going to just try to stay on the tread, you know, go like that. Just lightly tap it. It gives it just that. This is also a technique used for like chipping effects and stuff when you're weathering a car and tanks, whatever. The armor guys like to use it. I kind of messed up here. I got a little ahead of myself. We forgot a step. I needed to sand that tread, so might as well do that. So you saw me mess up. I started too soon, and I think I've showed this in a past video. I got this little machined tool that a friend of mine made for me years ago, and I put this right here. Should have done this first, but I probably wouldn't have put it in the video, so yeah, what the heck. And just so you all know, at the time of this, I'm in the 11th hour literally of getting my, I'm going to cover this up, getting my USAC Camaro finished. It is the night before due date. That's I always do that. Take it right to the end. So I'm going to start with, I spin it. Really, I'm taking this grit. I don't know what grit this is, but this is just an emery board from, a nail shop. For doing nails and stuff, I had it. It's a pretty heavy grit, and I'm just going to kind of sand this down, rough it up, try to get rid of that middle crease. This is a slick that's 2 halves. I've talked about that. I just kind of want to get rid of the halves there, at least hide it a little bit. So getting it sanded out like that and getting the whole slick kind of smoothed out. Look at that, got a little hole there, but the rest of the stuff will probably be able to hide with the little paint technique we're about to do. Then I just like to get a tire looking like it's gone a couple of runs. And so we've got it like that. I think we're gonna roll with that one. Alright, so we're all done with that. We'll go back to doing our little tappy tap thing, starting with the desert yellow. I think the other one I started with buff, but it doesn't matter. Look at all the, sometimes that's useful. Look, that's all from the tire. Now it's gone. Now it's in my air and I'm breathing it, huh? Sometimes that stuff is kind of useful to kind of scoop it up and maybe get it in some wet paint if you want it to look like tire dust up onto a quarter panel. That's something else we're going to do on this car that I might show you. So we'll start over again. We're just tap it lightly. I like to. I didn't really put a lot on there, so I don't have a lot to excess, but we're just getting it going. See, that's just a cool, and you can see how it would also work for a chipping effect too. It's kind of nice in the cap there. It's kind of gotten a little dried out. So let's, get the excess gone. I want it to be a little thinner than that, but you don't have to really worry about consistency. It's just kind of natural and happens. Again, got a little bit heavier in this area, but it's okay.
You sure about that?
Again, when you start, and if it a little gets off to the side, it rolls in the dirt. That's going to happen. So we're done with that color. Now, because I'm not real concerned about colors swishing over, I'm just going to continue to use this. Or you could rip another piece off if it gets too dried out, but I'm not looking for perfection here. It's the natural world, and just things happen in a random way. Now you get a different color here, right? And now this is going to give you kind of another dimension. And sometimes, don't worry, like I went a little heavy there. We'll fix it with the next round of tappy taps with different colors. Something I always think about, if I have to, you can always finish it off, get some flat black or rubber black, and go over and mellow out some areas. I got a little bit too much paint happening here, and I'm getting a blotchy spots. Alright, I think we're done with the buff. We're going to move to, I think we'll do white next. Now this white it's thinned out for airbrushing. That's why I've got a T on there. I already pre-thinned this at one time, but so we got to really take extra care with that. I think we'll just do a little. I got a little heavy-handed on a few of these, so we'll see after the gray how it looks. We might kind of want to, don't press too hard. I'm going a little bit too hard. You want to go light on there. like that. And then we're going to go with the gray. Now with the light gray. This could calm it down. There, we kind of got that. Looks a little too muddy compared to this other one. I went a little heavy-handed. I'm kind of rushing it, being just a few hours before the deadline, and it's always different when you're trying to do this on camera compared to just sitting here calmly working on your own. So we're going to bring a little bit of flat black. You know what, I'm going to try something. I got some NATO black right here, and it's slightly thin. I want to see what happens with the NATO black. That's always kind of a neat flat black. Give it a little shake. NATO, you know, the tire rubber black is always good to use. NATO black is a really good flat black. It's got like kind of a touch of gray to it. It just has a good, cool look to it. So this might look a little better on the tire. Just go break up the browns there. Yeah, see, look at that. It's just kind of breaking it up a bit. That's why if you tend to screw up like I just did, you need to kind of self-correct. Plus, you know, it's okay for it to look a little bit grainy like that too, because it's dirt. If I was off screen, I'm sorry. So that kind of bust up the tan colors a bit and give you kind of you see the tread underneath, it looks like. So I think that's going to be pretty cool like that. And that's pretty much simple thing. I suggest take your time, work with it. If you have to go over some colors, you know, I might still work on it, but I think we calmed it down a bit, and I think we got the look that we wanted. It doesn't have to be uniform. Remember, this is like real world. Natural things happen. It's never symmetrical and perfect. Got a little off the side, and that's okay, because you know it's a dirty tire at that point. It'll be a cool look. So I'm gonna letter this. If you want to see right here, hand lettering tires, you can check that video out. But that's this for this, and yeah, it's time to move on to other ones, because you know, as far as right now, when you're watching this, I've already finished the USAC build, this Camaro. And, well, hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't, at the end, you know, you can check out the video. There's a link to go back to the video and watch this completed car. So, we'll see you in the next one. And I just got to ask a question. I don't know if you'd have the answer for this. I always wondered about this. So, I don't understand. Why do we do this, do crazy little detailed things and build these model cars? Well, I guess it's only one answer. 'Cause they're fun, right? Here's the producers.